So today I want to talk about a family break here to the lovely Edinburgh in Scotland, and things we've done, a review of the area. So if you're considering coming up to Edinburgh at some point in the future and you have a family, this could be really useful for you. Welcome back to consecutive day 1825 of my diary of Runpreneur. And today's topic, I'm talking all about Edinburgh and family kind of trips to visit this wonderful city and the surrounding areas. So if you're somebody who's been to Edinburgh or considering coming and you've got a family, this could be really useful for you. But before we get into that, please don't forget that this vlog is part of a fundraiser of Saving the Lives of Children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, a distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. And the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise, the more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. So back to the topic at hand, Edinburgh. So it's May half term here in the UK, and as with a lot of the kind of school holidays, we try and get a bit of a balance between getting away as a family and allowing the kids who are growing older now to have as much kind of social time with their friends and stuff at home, because they're getting to that age now, whereas a few years ago we'd be trying to go away most kind of school holidays because the kids loved it. But it's always a bit challenging now because we've got kids. I've got an older boy who's 14, a middle girl 12, and a younger boy who's 10, and certainly the older two are year 7 and year 9 at secondary school. They have quite active social lives at home now, and the thought of coming away with their family for too long isn't as desirable as it once was. But I think that's just normal. They do enjoy their summer holidays though, so we certainly won't be cutting corners on a summer holiday in terms of duration. We always try and get a couple of weeks away. But by and by, we're here in Edinburgh, so we've come for 6 nights, 5 days really when you factor in travelling, and it's been really good, to be fair. I found that one thing that's always really promising and really reassuring when we come away is that it's really important for us as a family, when you've got the dynamic that we have, to have these breaks as a family, because the kids become best friends again. As we get home, they've got their own friend circles and sports teams and school kind of friends and all that sort of stuff that they kind of associate with. So when we come away, the first thing that's always important for us is to reconnect as a family. Now, yes, we do spend huge amounts of time together at home, of course we do, but away from the home environment, without the distractions, they rekindle their relationships together, and I think it's really, really important to do that. But back to the kind of topic at hand, Edinburgh. We recently came to Edinburgh in the kind of May half term. We normally generally come to a kind of a UK based destination. We usually bring my in-laws as well, so there's 7 of us. There's my mother-in-law and father-in-law come with us as well, and it's nice to bring those as well, because again, it just quality time with family is really important for the relationship side of things. So it's lovely to bring my in-laws with me as well. But back to the topic. Sorry, I've digressed a little bit already. Edinburgh. The reason we came was it was Edinburgh Marathon at the beginning of the week, and I like to do 3 marathons a year. I generally do a couple in the UK. So Edinburgh being one of them. I'd like to say it's fairly accessible, but it's still a 6.5 hour journey from home by car, a little bit less by plane. So it's read into that as you will, but it's a marathon I've wanted to do. I've come and done it, and it was a really, really tough marathon, but a really enjoyable one at the same time, if that makes sense. So because I was doing the Edinburgh Marathon, it made sense to kind of coincide this break by bringing the family to Scotland, and certainly Edinburgh and the surrounding areas is an area that people that I've heard really, really good things about, and I have to say I haven't been disappointed. So ultimately, what have we done since we've been here? Well, we're staying between Glasgow and Scotland and Edinburgh, so to speak, in a place called Falkirk. And Falkirk's quite a kind of a nice sized town, so you've kind of got all your amenities and stuff here, and it's got really easy access to both Glasgow and Scotland. I have to confess, we haven't done much in Glasgow. We've been very much over the Edinburgh side, predominantly, in terms of the kind of trips that we've kind of had. But that's because ultimately we wanted to mainly visit Glasgow. So what have we done? Well, the first day obviously was post-marathon. I did the marathon on Sunday, so the family just kind of stayed around kind of Falkirk and visited like Calendar Park, I think it's called. It's a really beautiful kind of estate house with beautiful surroundings, similar to National Trust. But I think that what you kind of get here in comparison to home, I live in the south of England, or southeast of England, or East Anglia, so to speak, is everywhere you go is just beautiful. The scenery, you don't have to go very far before you're getting beautiful scenery. And National Trust at home we'd have to go to kind of get something remotely close to beautiful scenery. But you come here and it seems any park or forest or woodland walk is just stunning. And that's one of the beauties of being here. So a local day in Falkirk was the first day. The second day I was recovering from marathon, so we didn't do a huge much other than the Calendar Park, as I've said, and we went go-karting, indoor go-karting with the kids, and they loved that. So yeah, you can do that kind of anywhere. It doesn't have to be in Scotland, obviously, but as I was recovering from marathon, we didn't want to do too much. The next day we went to Edinburgh and did all the kind of main sites in Edinburgh, so Edinburgh Castle. We hiked up to Arthur's Seat. That's amazing. It's like a hike up a mountain, and you get stunning visuals across the whole of Edinburgh. Thoroughly recommend that. Kids loved it. It was quite a strenuous one, especially a couple of days post-marathon, but we got up there, and even my mother-in-law in her 70s managed to get up there as well, which was great to see. And that was amazing. In Edinburgh itself, we were just walking around the beautiful gardens, and we saw the little Scottish Terrier Bobby story about how he lived several years of his life after his master had died by sitting on his master's grave, a guy called John Gray. That was quite a nice story, and the kids kind of resonated well with that. There were some ghost walks as well, kind of underground the city. We were looking to do that, but we didn't get around to doing it, but that was again something that we would have liked to have had the opportunities to do. But it's quite a lot of walking around Edinburgh, but a little bit of shopping as well, but it's something for everyone there. It's just a beautiful city. You got the castle overlooking the kind of city, and it's just a really nice vibe. Really enjoyed it. I certainly want to go back to Edinburgh and kind of explore it a little bit more. The day after Edinburgh, we went to Loch Lomond, which again is not a million miles away, but Loch Lomond is beautiful loch, about an hour's drive away from Falkirk, and again we did a lovely hike around that. Now my father-in-law has some minor mobility issues, so he can't really hike off-road or anything because of his mobility, but Loch Lomond is a really nice kind of tarmacked walk around the loch, which is similar to what I'm running on now, so he's able to do that. So it's lovely to do a really nice long walk with my father-in-law amongst just the stunning scenery of Loch Lomond, which is beautiful. Again, thoroughly recommend it if you want to see some beautiful scenery, beautiful gardens. It's just beautiful, and walks, really kind of healthy and vibrant kind of feel to it. We then did Stirling the next day. Went to see Stirling Castle, which was again beautiful, and something that I've always wanted to see was there's a monument called Wallace's Monument, which is based on the late great William Wallace. If you've watched the film Braveheart, it's loosely based on kind of real life events, and you kind of see where this monument is overlooking the fields of where the kind of Battle of Stirling kind of commenced between the Scots and the English. And I love that film, so really enjoyed going to see Wallace's Monument. And if you're at Stirling Castle, it's almost like you've kind of got this kind of two towers feel, where you can see Stirling Castle from Wallace's Monument, and from Stirling Castle you can see Wallace's Monument, and there's kind of, they're both positioned quite high up on perches, and it's just a beautiful kind of iconic scene. And so we went to both Stirling Castle and Wallace's Monument. Again, more hiking. It's you're getting the general trend here. There's a lot of walking. To put it in perspective, I'm probably averaging at least 20,000 steps a day. Sometimes a little bit more than that, especially with the runs that I'm doing as well. So with the runs, you're probably looking at 25,000, getting up to 30,000 on certain days. So it's active, but it's just clean. It's not done at a crazy pace or anything. But yeah, Stirling was beautiful as well. So we were pleased to have got that in. And then that was kind of the time that we had, really. It goes really quick, but between that there's lots of kind of meals and the kids kind of playing at parks and stuff, and a little bit of shopping in between, of which there's just loads of shops, kind of cool, kind of cultural little towns that you can go to. You can get kind of cultural experiences and your shopping. I had a couple of portions of haggis, which again, a lot of people aren't hugely keen on, but I really enjoyed it. It was nice to kind of do the kind of Scottish thing, have some Scottish fudge, all the kind of typical things. But all in all, it's just been a wonderful holiday. So I think the learnings from my diary today is that if you've got a growing family, so to speak, there's something for everybody in Edinburgh, whether you're an elderly person or whether you're a young child. Certainly my children, 10, 12 and 14, I've had a thoroughly enjoyable time. Myself and my wife, both in our 40s. It's just really healthy, really enjoyable experience, I have to confess. And it's something that has brought us all closer together. Not that we're not a close family already, but sometimes quality time together without the distractions at home is really important. And it's often finding kind of the balance between going away, but also somewhere that there's something for everybody. And I think we definitely hit the kind of brief with coming to kind of Edinburgh, Scotland. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. Anything relevant I'll respond to. Do remember though, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, do give us a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.